Everything is proceeding exactly as foreseen. The government continues to spend an insane amount of money as X inches closer and closer to adding Dogecoin as the first cryptocurrency on X payments. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is sitting back up around $66,500, and it does look like it's actually forming a more bullish pattern than it even was before, with it turning this possible rising triangle into a bull flag. As you can see, it might be about to get crazy since we have this flagpole all the way down here, starting at around $38,500, and if I extend that to the breakout point that could be coming up on this flag here, it looks like we could have a price target for this pattern of just over $100,000. This is the price target that a lot of people have been calling for this bull market, and depending on how parabolic we go getting to $100,000, this could just be the beginning of the real parabolic part as retail investors start to re-enter the market and the government continues to print money to try to buy votes as we go into the heat of the end of the year, which is an election year. Yesterday, we just had the U.S. House of Representatives passing a bill to send $60 billion more to Ukraine, and Rand Paul said it right. Ukrainian flags fly in the chamber of the United States House of Representatives as they vote to send more of your hard-earned money to a corrupt foreign regime. And just like that, they shouted, "Ukraine, Ukraine," while all happily working to secure Ukraine's borders and not ours. That's $60 billion more that are going to be headed to Ukraine, while the rest of us are going to continue struggling to be able to buy our groceries. And as I keep saying in almost every single video, really the only way to escape this corrupt system is through decentralized cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and hopefully Dogecoin as well. Dogecoin is the people's currency, and when it gets added to X, I think this is going to be a boon for the cryptocurrency community, and not just because the price is going to go up. It might actually be able to set us free one day, as decentralized cryptocurrencies are going to be harder for the government to tax, especially as they inflate the dollar out of existence. 100 Republicans said yay to sending $60 billion more to Ukraine, while 112 said nay. According to Business Insider, these 112 House Republicans voted against Ukraine aid. And while this is probably a hit piece against them, I would say that everybody who didn't vote against sending more money to Ukraine is a traitor to this country. That means that the numbers are stacked against us, with only 112 people voting for the interest of the citizens. The rest of these corrupt politicians don't give a shit about sending all of your hard-earned money to a corrupt regime while you continue to deal with an invasion over here, while crime runs rampant here to the point that they have to put the National Guard in the subways. This uniparty system doesn't give a damn about you, and they tax us all to no end while they continue to devalue the dollar out of existence because they can't do anything other than print money because they don't produce anything other than tyranny. So it's time for us to stand up and let our voices be heard, because if we don't, then they're going to continue robbing us and just pillaging America, sending all of our wealth overseas. In other news, apparently X has finally received another money transmitter license for payment services, now in 25 US states, with all of these states right here receiving money transmitter licenses, and supposedly the two biggest ones on the list that we're still waiting on is New York and California, and hopefully Texas is going to be added to this list as well, because I don't see it on here. In my opinion, if we had Texas, California, and New York, then that's really all we need, since that's most of the US economy. But Elon Musk has only applied for money transmitter licenses in 32 states, as I understand, so hopefully we just have like 7 more to go until X is finally going to have X payments going live. And then if speculation is going to play out, then it looks like hopefully Dogecoin is going to be added to the platform as well. But it remains to be seen whether Dogecoin is going to be the first or if it's going to be added with a bunch of other cryptocurrencies as a group. Here on the daily chart for Dogecoin, it looks like we've got the MACD curve into the upside, at the same time that we also have this huge bullish divergence that looks like it's going to be sending us skyrocketing to a new high. And if Bitcoin does break out of this bull flag over the next couple of days, then I think Dogecoin is probably going to be doing well also. But if it doesn't break above this previous high, then it is in danger of putting in a possible head and shoulders right here, but that won't be confirmed unless it makes that second shoulder and then breaks down below the neckline. Basically, we've got a pretty big week coming up ahead of us, and all eyes are going to be on Bitcoin to see how it plays out through this bull flag, but these don't have a 100% chance of breaking out to the upside, so it could still break down. We just got to keep an eye on this $60,000 floor right here. Later this week, we have the preliminary release of the quarter-over-quarter GDP for Q1, and it's expected to be 2.5%, with the previous being 3.4%. And if it comes in any lower than that, then we're probably going to be seeing a lot of people raising fears of us being in a recession or being headed into one, especially since the yield curve has been so inverted for so long that it looks like we're probably going to be headed into a financial collapse, maybe even on par or comparing to the Great Depression. In my opinion, we've already probably been in a recession for some time, and it just keeps getting worse, but the government continues to cook the books because they don't want to scare everybody, especially while they're going into an election and they're trying to send all of this money overseas for a bunch of stuff that we shouldn't even be concerned with over here. But the government's going to continue to lie to us and cook those books as long as they can until the economy really hits the wall and they can't avoid it and they can't lie to us anymore. That time is coming up pretty quickly, and with the economy headed for a wall and inflation back on the rise, it looks like we're going to be seeing an inflationary recession for the very first time in a long time here in America, and a lot of people don't see it coming, but those of us who are invested in decentralized cryptocurrencies are going to come out on the other side as the world's new Rockefellers, just hopefully not as morally corrupt. In the past, the government has always printed money to pull us out of a recession, but eventually this isn't going to be possible anymore as the world moves away from the US dollar as its reserve currency, and it looks like these cracks are starting to show as Venezuela is looking to crypto for oil sales as sanctions return. The United States has been weaponizing the dollar over the past few years, and due to this, China's yuan has been replacing the US dollar and the euro as Russia's primary foreign currency for overseas economic activity. The BRICS nations are starting to ditch the dollar, and if the whole world decides that the dollar is no longer a feasible flight to safety, then what's going to happen if the government continues to print bonds but no one's buying them other than the Fed? Obviously, it's going to inflate the currency out of existence, and that's going to see us go through a bout of hyperinflation. In these situations, historically, only hard assets and money like gold have performed well, and that was the only way to save yourself from possible starvation, as a wheelbarrow full of money wouldn't even get you a loaf of bread at the supermarket. If that happens here in America, then only currencies that are not manipulated by the government are going to be able to thrive, and in my opinion, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin offer a much more reasonable escape from the US dollar than switching over to some kind of social credit score based system like the digital yuan. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Is the government going to hyperinflate the dollar out of existence? And in that situation, is the world going to switch to a digital currency like Bitcoin or the digital yuan? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.